impressions of the scrimmage?
The last 2 drives were really good because the energy lifted on our sideline. That was really the difference.
Okay.
And we've been preaching that to them, is the energy, the juice, you got to have it. Something goes bad, you can't mope for 2 or 3 plays. And it's the biggest thing we're working on right now is body language. And, an individual makes a mistake, he thinks it's his mistake. Well, it's ours. Move on to the next play. Can't change it.
How game-like was today?
That's the first time we've moved the ball. For us trying to push the tempo a little bit up front. The O-line, we got a long way to go as far as getting under our stances and seeing it with the ball moving. Team-wise, we've been working stationary, situational stuff. But today it was fun to get it moving. They really got to see what it was like. There's a lot of fixes to make.
How difficult, AJ, is this offense on an offensive lineman compared to what we're used to seeing at pro style in terms of having a no huddle, get to the line?
Well, here's the deal. We got a really smart group because the pro style, you're IDing every guy and you take 40 seconds to get it all right, and how many guys can we smash in the A-gaps? This isn't as taxing mentally, but everything happens faster, so it's a little more reactionary. You got to have the fluid athlete, the guy, basketball player. You don't get to sit there and go, I got him. It's moving, and that's the difference. It's the mental speed, and then obviously getting in shape. Those guys have changed their bodies, and we still got some changing left, but they're doing the work.
Coach, which guys have caught your eye early on?
Telling you what, there's not been every guy that was young and didn't get many snaps or had any snaps has made some improvements. But if I was picking guys out, it's been fun to watch Derek take a little bit of a leadership with Muller injured. It's been fun to watch Tariq bring some juice and change his body. A guy loses 50 pounds and he's got more energy than he knows what to do with. So he's our juice guy. Then you got Dorian and the whole group of guys has gotten better. So it's been fun watching all of them.
What are you looking for at left tackle with that being an open spot?
Here's the fun part, and I know guys will talk about depth chart and that. In this league, you got to have 9 guys to make it. You got to have more than that. You got to have 20 to get developed and ready to go, but you got to have 9 going on the road. And so something we're going to do is they're going to be the 6th, 7th, and 8th guy. They're going to rotate. We got to build 3 deep on each side, a couple centers. So as far as Heeman and Tariq are taking reps, today it was Tariq's day. Heeman's taking days with the ones, but they're also both playing guard. If Dorian goes down, next guy, we got to build it so it is pliable and they're always playing together. Same thing on the right side.
What's the plan with Muller?
Chris healthy, man. He's doing really well. He's actually ahead of schedule. So for us, that's great. I've seen him on film, so I know the player he can be, but he's not in the same shape as the rest of the guys right now. So they're kind of chuckling, waiting for him to get back, and I think they'll take care of him when he's back. So.
You think he can get back by the end of the spring?
He'll start doing stuff by the end of the spring. I wouldn't expect to see him any scrimmage stuff, but he's ahead of schedule right now. So.
Understanding that you still have that question mark, do you want to have a set 5 guys by the end of spring camp or no?
I'm telling you, if we just have 5 set, we ain't gonna be very good. So I got to find 7, 8, and first year, and you start adding to that, and that's the big thing for us right now is our numbers are low. So to have 9 when you got 13 guys in a meeting room, people take that everywhere in the country. I don't know if we'll get to 9, but to have, we got to find a way we got to create 8 offensive linemen that can play in the Big Ten for it's a long season.
Mm-hmm. Coach, you mentioned Derek. How's the competition behind him? Because nobody really played there before.
I tell you what, now the kid behind him is going to be a pretty good player, I think. And you're going to see him start playing at guard a little bit. The speed of the game is still new. He was a scout team guy, Jonah Jackson. He's a kid. He's athletic. He can run. He gets the offense. He's processing the offense a little right now, but he's going to be a great player. I'm telling you, he might be a guard by the time it's said and done. But he's one of those developmental guys that I think can make that 8 or 9.
You mentioned the low numbers right now, but you signed a pretty full offensive line class. What do you think about those guys that you have coming in?
Well, as you build an O-line, it's not about this year. I guess if you're looking to build it. We're at 13. We're going to add 4. We're going to graduate 3. So it's not like we're not going to get that far ahead in the next year. And that's where I'm going to tell you right now, there's no better place in the country to go be an offensive lineman. If you can run and you're aggressive, you're going to fit in right here and you're going to get a chance early.
When you talk about running, what are some of the things these guys have to do in terms of being
You saw some of our stuff today were just technique a little different. They were good at the scheme they ran. We're asking them to, you saw some of that jet sweep stuff with Janarian, who might be one of the fastest kids in the Big Ten. We're asking them to get out and set a perimeter and an edge for him. Are they going to beat him? No. But they got to be able to reach 3s, reach 5s, and it's not open up, and you got to be fluid to go. And that's some of the stuff athletically. The other one is you saw where we had issues today. usually was a perimeter rush. Guys did a decent job for the most part, but that's where we got to be low-hipped and athletic and be able to move those feet.
Can you tell this is a group that, at least, we don't know your starters, but 4 guys are returning starters. Can you tell chemistry-wise that they played together?
Yeah, you can tell there's no doubt. I mean, that's anywhere I've been. Once guys have played more than 10 games together, there's not as much communication, there's a feel, there's a trust. And so our job is to build that trust, and it takes a hair longer when you're not just going 5 guys together all the time. You know, you're rotating 3 guys through a left side, 3 through a right side, and that building piece. But we're making headway. I'm excited about them all.
Is that kind of like a double-edged sword almost, where you have 4 guys coming back, but because they're all in a pro-style offense, you have to break certain habits that they had of maybe knowing certain run plays that are a little bit different in the scheme with the spread offense?
You know what's funny is huddle or no huddle, because I played in a no huddle, or in a huddle at Iowa. It was pro-style, and that's everything we did where I went to school. And as a coach, you evolve with the game. And so from Winona to Western Illinois to here, you evolved with the no huddle. Our offensive game plan at Western Illinois was, verbiage almost the same that we're doing here. So that transition I'm used to. You've taken pro styles over before, and moving with the football is a big deal. Sounds easy, but like find the ball and go. Finishing the guy, that type of stuff. Just the style in which you block is different.
Thanks, AJ.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.